Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog where I walk you guys through the ins and outs of medical school. All right, so biggest announcement I have for you guys today is we just got told that we are halfway through our first year, which means I am officially 1/8 of the way done with medical school. 1/8 of a physician. That is something to celebrate. Let me tell you, this has been a wild 6 months. It's actually really been like 5-ish months. Life has been moving so fast. Like, I feel like I'm in a time warp truly being in med school, but it's awesome. I really have learned a lot. Like, I cannot believe how much I'm learning, honestly. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. There's cat hair floating in front of the camera. Just ignore it. This girl right here. Also, I just wanted to share my Christmas tree with everyone. I love Christmas. So this is gonna be the background for my vlog this week. I know I got like a wall here, there's like a window back there, my bedroom, whatever. Anyways, who cares? So what has been going on? Okay, so we just started unit 3. The theme of this unit is cells, molecules, and compassion. So we just finished our 4th week today, actually. So we started a month ago, I really should say. Okay, yeah, so we started off central dogma, like the most basic, this is DNA, this is RNA, this is protein. And then week 2 went into like genetics, which was very cool, but kind of complicated. Genetics is not my forte. Here's a little bit of honesty about me and some of my undergrad stuff. So genetics was one class that I had to retake. I got a C in it, which was fine, but like going to med school, a C is not really fine most of the time. So anyway, so I retook it my senior year and ended up getting an A in it. But moral of the story is I hate genetics. Like, I cannot get it. It's one of those things where it's just like, it makes sense when you're learning it. It's like the most intuitive thing. And then all of a sudden when you're on your own, I cannot get it. I don't know. My mind doesn't work that way. It takes me a little bit. Certain things I am like, can come to an answer real quick. Not genetics. For some reason, I sit there and I struggle, and it seems like everybody else is going faster. Genetics is not my thing. Okay, so then we went into hematology, bone marrow, red blood cells. This is how red blood cell works. This is how it moves in the body, and this is where it comes from, blah, 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 blah. So all that stuff. And then finally this week we did like hemostasis. To all those out there who are watching this, blood, that topic alone we could probably talk about for a month in medical school. Like, there is so much more to this, like how your blood clots, 100 different things that come and turn this on, turn that on, combine with this, influence that. I could not, I'm like, who knew that it was literally this complicated? That's what we're learning about right now. So today, just to give you guys a little example, so this unit is a full 8 weeks. So we just finished week 4. So today, for example, this morning we had our SIGs, where we get the case studies. So today was all about factor V Leiden, which is just one small piece of a complicated cascade that's irregular. It's like, there's a million ways that this stuff can go wrong. This was just one very specific mutation that happens and leads to this disease. For our large group, our LGS session, we talked about, today was mostly pharmacology on different disorders of the blood. So like if somebody has a blood clot, what are some clot busting drugs? What's an anticoagulant, like a blood thinner, versus what's antiplatelet? I actually really enjoy pharmacology. All right, so that's what's going on with Unit 3. It's so far a pretty interesting unit. This is just like a lot of cool stuff in here. Genetics, like I said, I really don't like it. I'm not good at it, but there's some pretty cool medicine behind it. Blood's got a lot of stuff going on behind it. There are quite literally hundreds, probably even thousands of ways that things can go wrong when it comes to the blood. And just hearing how incredibly complicated our body is at managing this system so perfectly, it's actually really cool. So Unit 3, I really enjoy it so far. It's probably my favorite stuff that we've learned, but that's really not saying much considering Unit 2 I despise with a burning passion. Other than the first week of Derm, Unit 2, not my unit. Although, with that being said, let's talk about Unit 2. So we got our scores. I passed with flying colors. Thank God. You guys have no idea. It was unhealthy. I don't even remember. I think I did this with Unit 1. It was unhealthy. I was not confident at all whatsoever. I was pooping my pants basically the whole week leading up to the exam. So I learned a lot from that experience. I learned some mistakes to not make for next time when I'm preparing, and some ways that I can stay hopeful and on top of it. So anyways, I learned a lot from Unit 2. So exciting to hear. You guys, I was jumping up and down when I heard that I had passed Holly freaking Livia. I was scared for that one, I'm not gonna lie. Onward and upward. Okay, so I had one family member ask me, and I thought maybe I would just throw this in this vlog too, because other people might want to know. 2, 4, and 6 are supposed to be like the harder units, and unit 2 is really supposed to be tough. We heard a lot of horrible things about this unit. So we have 170 people in my class, and 17 people failed. Like I said, unit 2 is not for the faint of heart. For some people, it's just kind of a reality check. Other people, it's just too much. Other people, like, I passed, but for me, it really opened my eyes to my study habits too. There's 3 days of exams, so technically, and on those days, there's different components of those exams. Now, technically, if you fail any one of those components, you fail that whole day. So if you fail, you do get an opportunity right after the first year. So it eats away at your summer, but you get like a 2-week remediation time frame. And so I don't remember exactly how it works, and I hope I never have to, but I think you can redo them in that 2 weeks, and if you pass it, I think you're good to go. If you fail it, I think you get held back. I don't remember. It's something like that. What else did I do? Oh, I did my EMT shift, my 12-hour ride-along. Last weekend. It was cool. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. It's not as simple as somebody calls 911, the ambulance comes and gets you. On their side of things, there's a ton of private EMS companies, the fire department. Like, I knew that stuff was like more complicated, so I'd never really been explained or walked through exactly what goes on there. And so that was really cool to see. Obviously, I can't really talk about some of the things that I saw, but I did not see any trauma. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wanted to see some trauma, honestly. I wanted to see something exciting and bad, and I know that kind of sounds bad to see, but like, you know, whatever. So all in all, I did see some action though. We had about, I think in 12 hours, we had 6 or 7 patients. These are my thoughts. 1, if I ever have to do that again, take some Dramamine, because I sat in the back of the ambulance for almost the whole day. 2, trying to do Anki off your phone in the back of the ambulance will give you a headache. 3, so I saw some like nursing homes and like assisted living facilities and whatnot, and wow, just the state of some of those places, appalling, honestly. We went to one patient and nobody knew who called 911, nobody knew why or anything, and we couldn't find the patient. So it was just like, what the hell's, you know what I mean? It was honestly, it was truly eye-opening just to know that is just right down the road from where I'm living. And there are multiple sites like that, like all over San Antonio, but even in the world where people are just living like that in those conditions. And it was just really crazy, honestly. It made me really sad to see, but it taught me a lot and it gave me some things to reflect on. Overall though, the ambulance, they have a really, really tough job. I have a huge respect for those people, EMS, paramedics, the people I worked with. They knew how to do what they knew how to do, and they knew how to do it well and fast. Mad respect for all those guys. Okay, so that is most of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Honestly, I just told you guys basically about my life for the last month. Right now, I just finished class about an hour ago, so I have 2 weeks off. So excited. You guys have no idea. Like, see, we are super, super lucky. As first years, our unit 3 is split over Christmas break. So we get 4 weeks of material, then we get 2.5 weeks off, and we get 4 more weeks of material. So we luck out. Like, we are super lucky. This whole week, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this whole last week was like, whew, I'm like in vacation mode at this point. Like, I love Christmas. In 2 days, we're going back to Connecticut. Like, I'm planning on seeing so many people that I have not seen, family, friends. I'm excited. This is all I can think about. When I come back, you know, I have a lot to do, a lot to catch up on. I am going to be a good boy over break. I told myself I kind of worked out a little schedule to where I have a little bit of time every day to where I can do some homework, because I did let myself kind of slack off last week or two. So I need to make up for it. And that's everything I have for you guys. Maybe I'll do another vlog over Christmas break, you know, and I don't know what I would talk about though, but we'll see what's going on. Honestly, I could talk for hours and hours about nothing, so I'm sure I'll come up with something. But if I come up with something cool to talk about, maybe I'll tell you guys how I got into med school or something, I don't know. But all right, happy holidays everyone. Thank you for watching. I feel obligated to say this because everybody else always says, like, if you liked my video, go ahead and give it a good old like at the bottom. I don't know. If you want to do that, go ahead. I don't really care too much about it, but just stick with me and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, bye.